Have you ever felt overwhelmed by financial pressure, family conflict, work-related pressure, community challenges, and the like? If you have, then you have experienced some form of stress. The truth is that stress is one of the most common phenomena that affect human life. Stress is definitely a part of life. It's one of those things that happens to be inevitable. So what is important is to understand stress. What are the things that bring stress, called stressors? What are the things that diffuse stress, called eustress? Then understanding this, knowing the positive angles of stress, the negative angles, and know how to manage it accordingly. Stress can be defined or described as the way by which our body responds to pressure, to demands, to challenges or changes that require us to adapt. It is the way by which our mind, our body respond to situations when we perceive a threat, a challenge, or a sign of responsibility that we need to attend to. Contrary to what many may think or might have been thinking, stress is not always negative. Stress is not an enemy. It only becomes something like an enemy when it's not well understood and when it's not well managed. In fact, some stress can motivate us to greater heights, to perform better, and to achieve our goals. Stress can present itself to us in different ways with many phases. We have physical stress, we have emotional stress, we have mental stress, we have social stress, we have spiritual stress, we have office related stress. Physical stress may present itself as headache, muscle tension. You just feel that your body is tense, and they shake, they vibrate. Poor sleeping habits, increased blood pressure. Emotional stress can lead to frustration, anxiety, inability to think straight, to function well, fear, sometimes sadness, and related other emotions. Mental stress can affect our inability and ability to think rationally. It can affect decision making. It can affect memory. Just see that you become more forgetful than before, than normal. Then it affects problem solving abilities because it has affected or is affecting the rational thinking ability. Then the social stress comes with relationship conflict. Social means the way you interrelate with fellow human beings, both within the family and in the community and the workplace. So social stress affects relationship conflicts, family disagreements, workplace challenges, and social pressure. Just so that you don't feel comfortable and move comfortably and communicate comfortably with fellow human beings, then you know that yes, your system is under stress. There's something needs to be done. And spiritual stress comes or presents itself when you say that you are now finding challenges in focusing on purpose, in focusing on the meaning of life and the meaning of your well-being, and your faith is on challenge and your personal values come under question. Then you wonder what's happening to me. Then you know that yes, you are coming under stress. So recognizing these signs can help to prevent the stress from becoming overwhelming and from going to the negative side of life. Let's try and look at positive sides of stress. Many people are surprised, or let's say some people may be surprised when they learn that stress can be positive and has positivity angle. Now, stress is what pushes you to work harder, to study harder, to be more rational with your thinking, not to be impulsive in your actions and reactions with situations and circumstances around you, because you have to pause. You have to try to think more. You have to try to rationalize more. You have to learn to consider yourself. Say, what am I doing? What am I thinking? What am I doing? So you put your system under that challenge to be more rational, to be better focused, isn't it? So we know that every form of stress help us to prepare well for our exams, help us to be better focused at our task, help us to prepare better for interviews or business proposal defense, to work harder at our schedule and given assignments or schedule assignments. It helps us to develop new skills and achieve important goals. That's why I say necessity is the mother of invention. That necessity provides some form of strength because something needs to be done. Then you have to put on your thinking cap and say, well, something has to be done. Then you isolate yourself, then put on rational cap and try to see what can be done. Step A, step B, step B. What are consequences of consequences of step B? If I do that, you can see that is stress giving you positive angle. So that makes you to understand that without some measure of stress, some of us may never reach our goal and achieve our set objectives. Because when you now put that goal in front of you, then you put yourself under that stress. Say, don't give up, it's not over. You can do more, you can achieve better, just a little bit more, When you understand this better, when you go to the gym, when you go training, say push 1, 2, oh yeah, 2 more, 1, 2, you put bet. At the end of the day, you see that your body is better off for, isn't it? So you see that stress can help us to build what is called resilience. It helps to strengthen our character. Because initially, instead of you to speak or respond impulsively to your circumstances, you just say, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 within your mind. You now use your eyes, you go into your inner being to do critical thinking. And by the time you speak more productively with better control character. The people wonder what happened, what just happened. Because that's a better, the stress they put you under that made you to achieve that. They wanted you to act out in anger, to lash out in anger. But instead, what do? You went inside yourself. You stay calm. You narrow your eyes and you are reflecting within. And they couldn't get at you because stress has made you to become a better person. So apart from helping us to improve our problem solving skills, it helps us to grow better through life challenges. So the takeaway here is this: don't allow stress to control or manage your life. Rather, control stress, understand it, and manage it to bring the best out of you. Then you may ask, what are the major stressors of life? Well, there are many, depending on your location, on your adaptability, and a lot of other things. But we just mentioned some of them. One of them is financial difficulties, such as debt, unemployment, and rising cost of living, as we are experiencing here at a higher level in Nigeria. Then we have relationship issues, such as marital conflict, misunderstanding between parents and their children, family disagreements, and loss of loved ones. This can be a form of stress. Then work-related pressure, like heavy workload and not being able to meet given schedule at work, job insecurity because of the changes in the economic status of the nation or of the company or establishment you're working with. Then difficulty in the work environment, maybe it's more toxic, or relationship with the management and the leadership of the company or establishment is not operating very well. Then we have health related challenges which can also bring some form of stress, either personal health challenge or a challenge of those that are related to us. Then we also have environmental issues that may bring stress, like insecurity, as we are experiencing here in Nigeria now. You're not sure what happens on the road. You are not sure of the person you are with in the commercial vehicle. You are not even sure whether the person that is walking along with you on the road or you meet in the marketplace or the shopping mall is already a suicide bomber that has strapped something on himself. You just walk with faith, with your heart in your mouth. This is a form of stress. These are things you're supposed to do and enjoy without feeling any form of stress. You move along this, you are going to your working place, you are jogging in the park, everything is supposed to be. But because of this high level of insecurity environment, then we have traffic congestion when the roads are bad, especially like we have here also in Nigeria. Most of the roads are bad, the drainages are bad, so when it rains and we are in the rainy season already, the roads become flooded, and when there is flood on the road, the vehicle have to move more slowly, so they bring congestion. Then you get worried, you have appointments, you have work schedule to meet, you have a lot of things, and time is of essence, so this brings some form of pressure. Then we have, like I said earlier, difficult or toxic work environment with poor leadership, with poor social amenities and staff related concern. Then we have major life challenges that involve relocation, sometimes because of work, because of transport and traffic. Like I said earlier, that's one form of stress. To reduce this and for the children not to be getting late to their schools or getting late back home, we need to relocate, or even you may want to relocate out of the country, like also Nigeria. Because of the high level of insecurity, a lot of people are trying to relocate, so you can imagine a lot of stress they go through planning how to get out of this situation. The issue of retirement. Some people, before they retire, they plan to after they retire, it brings a lot of stress how to manage the new life. Then we have marriage, preparing for marriage. There's some of stress. Now some unsureness, say, oh, how am I sure that this thing will work out well, it will work out well, the expenses, how to manage this, how to manage that. Then parenting responsibilities in marriage. Yes, as a man you have your own schedule, the woman she has her own schedule with the children, so this brings some form of stress also. So but the point is this: understanding your stressors is very important. It's the first step to really being able to manage your stress effectively. Your stressors are things that like to bring stress to bear. When you understand them, now the point is also this: you have to learn to work within your area of control. There are some things that are without your control, beyond your control. But see, what are the things within your control that you can work out, you can work with, that will help to reduce the stress. So the next question is stress avoidable? Like I said earlier, practically no. Stress is part of life, change is part of life, responsibilities are part of life, unexpected events are part of life. So some of these things bring stress depending on your present circumstance, the context in which you come across these changes. So the goal is not to eliminate stress out of life. It's not possible completely, but to know how to understand them and manage them effectively and develop healthy ways in which to respond to all these stresses and stressors whenever they present themselves. Successful people are not stress-free. Go and check with any of them, listen to them when they do seminars and workshops. They are not stress-free. The only thing that they have learned to understand their stressors, they have learned to understand their emotions, their own weak points and strength points, and know how to manage these stress and stressors wisely. Then we may ask the question: how can we prevent harmful stress? That is negative aspect of stress. Now, first thing is to learn and be intentional to practice a healthy lifestyle through regular exercises. That will help you to tone your body, to help to make sure your metabolism is working very well. When you eat the food you digest, it helps to build your immune system. Learn to eat proper food, organic food, balanced food that be able to supply nourishment and help to repair damaged cells and organs and tissues in your body. especially that is work of proteins. Then the vitamins have their work, the minerals also have their own work to do. So then ensure that you have adequate sleep, because sleep helps your body to be able to rebuild itself after the day's work. So the second thing you need to do is to learn to plan your activities very well. Don't just do things haphazardly. This can help to disconfigure your system and put your body under avoidable stress. And avoid unnecessary procrastination. So what you have to do now, do it now, so that the work and the things you have to do will not pile up. When it's ready to pile up, just say A, B, C, D, R. How will I be able to deal with all those things? There have been stress, but when you learn to manage things according to plan, according to your own abilities, there to help you. Then you learn to build healthy relationships, both within the family, within the community, and the workplace, because this is what will give you a comfortable, healthy work environment, operating environment. But if the environment, if you don't have good relationships, then you may be afraid that you now A, B, C, D, they don't like me, they hate me, they're planning bad for me, because you don't have good thought. But when you know that you develop healthy relationship with them, you be your brother's keeper, they take care of you, take care of them, everything is on point, then it will help you to reduce your stress management. Then you know that if there's any challenge, they will call you, hey, hello, Mr. or Mrs. B or Miss B. Hey, I can see somebody crawling in your backyard, or somebody in your front, somebody is at your gate. Are you expecting any neighbor? They hint you, you are not living under stress. But if you are done, when they say, so things like that. So develop emotional intelligence appreciably. That is, understand yourself, understand your emotions, understand the emotions and the way the people around you manage their emotions, then be able to relate with them effectively. Then manage your finances wisely, because that can help to reduce the stresses. Because if you work and your expenditure is becoming more than your income, then you put yourself under avoidable stress. Don't do comparative analysis with other people and try to copy their lifestyle. You don't know their source of income, you don't know everything, and their level of expenditure is not the same thing as yours. So don't live a copy lifestyle. Choose to live your side. Invest also in your spiritual life. Prayer, meditation, studying of the word of God, and relating with people of like mind. These are very, very important. So we now talk about how do you now manage stress effectively. Number one, you need to be able to identify the stress, the nature of the stress, and the source of the stress. Secondly, focus on what you can control concerning that stress to know how to manage it effectively. Thirdly, practice healthy coping skills such as exercise, relaxation techniques, breathing techniques, and talking to trusted people. Like breathing, hold your breath, count 1 to 5, breathe out. Learn not to be impulsive in your response to situations and stuff. Even when you ask questions, don't be impulsive in answering or in responding, to be able to do critical thinking. So then avoid unhealthy coping mechanisms like substance use, what we call drug abuse. Like you want to be able to sleep because your sleeping habits, and then you go and be taking depressants or sedatives. Then you say that you're getting tired of, you are getting fagged out too often. Then you don't have to take stimulants, or somebody introduce stimulants to you. These are things that are damage to the system. So avoid excessive anger. People try to, because anger make your hormones to do overwork. Then avoid withdrawal syndrome. That is trying to isolate yourself from people, from society, from community, or denial. Instead of it to face the fact what has happened, you say the thing has happened, it has happened. The point, how do you cope with it? Especially with disappointments, with people that try to stab you in the back, as well as your trusted friends and family. So I don't believe he could have done that. I don't believe he could have done. No, she didn't do it. And she did it. He did it. He said it. They did it. So denying will only worsen it, just affect it. accept it. He has said he had done it. Point is, how do you move on? And there are many stories in that line, true life stories, but this is not the time. We talk about that on another schedule. So when stress becomes overwhelming, that's when it becomes problematic. So do not hesitate to seek for help when it is needed and necessary. Finally, on this note, this is Nisinuga Reflections, a channel that is concerned about your mental health, your emotional well-being, your personal growth and development, and to let you know there is only one life. There is only one life. You have obligated to yourself to live it well. Nobody and no one has a right to put you under. That is it. That is why in the world in which we live in, United Nations, there's principle of fundamental human rights. Right to life, right to freedom, right to free association, right to joy, right to peace, right to a lot of other things, and principle of the rule of law. Nobody's above the law. That's why we live in a world. That's why democracy is what is being bantered all over the place. So that is just it. So finally, just remember that stress is not your enemy, and stress is not an enemy. It's unmanaged stress, misunderstood stress. Stress are allowed to accumulate and develop something else. Ignore stress that can become enemy-like in nature. So every challenge you face either becomes a burden that breaks you or a challenge that builds you, and for a lesson for you to learn from. So the choice depends on your response. So remember, stress creates diamond, and stress will help to build you up. So understand stress, manage it well. If you find this video very helpful, give your thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share it with your loved ones that may be going through stress, one form of stress or the other. God bless you. Maintain your mental health. Your mental health is jamming to your well-being. God bless.